Heart of a Girl by The Killers. This is going to be a long lesson, so stay patient with me, stay patient with yourself, and trust the process. I believe in you, I believe in me. Let's get to it. Now, the chords on the screen are going to be what you need. I won't run through them. It's going to take too much time. We have this tab here, tabbed out by a good friend who does a lot of tabs for the channel. It's the whole song, and we're going to take a lot of stuff from this tab and convert it into a video lesson like we always do with the chords and all that. I have some notes on there, where the lyrics line up, some timestamps and good stuff like that. We're going to take and match this intro from the tab. You can hear them slide up and down the neck. And sometimes hitting that open B and open G. Right? So that's going to be the intro and much of the verse. You can continue to do that in the verse. But it's just following this main progression. I'm calling it the main progression because it's going to be much of verse 1 and all of verse 2 and a lot of stuff at the end. It's going to be what you see on the screen here. And this is going to be a type of song where you're going to have to trust this progression, trust your process, trust the playing. Because it's going to be kind of hard to look at the chords over the lyrics. I know we do that a lot with songs, and it does help. But for this one, especially in verse 1, for much of it, and then verse 2, all of it, it's going to be tough to have those chords line up directly where he's singing. Now, I tried my best with it. You can see it in the description. But you got to be able to get this progression down. It's going to be the same thing as the intro. So it's just going to be G, D, C, hang on the C, D, quick back up to G. As the song picks up, you can do it a lot faster, a lot more fluently. Now, I will skip much of verse 1. Hopefully, you guys can get that. It's going to be a long video. I know it is. But we'll pick it up at the end where they add this E minor in this transient town. I'll do a little bit right before it. And she gave it to me. They had to scrape me off the floor in this transient town. Waiters and dealers trying to get their foot in the door. That night I called her and she said, "Daddy, daddy, daddy." So it's going to go right in the chorus 1. It's very hard to do this by myself without them playing, so keep that in mind. But chorus 1, I'll play it all the way through. It's going to be a little bit different because it's going to have those E minors, but Daddy, 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 all my life I've been trying to find my place in this world. And I said to her, "Baby, baby, babe, I got all night to listen to the heart of a girl." Alright, now after chorus 1, you can play these chords, or he tabbed out the synth arpeggio. You can try that out on the tab. Verse 2, I'm not going to play it because it's going to be this main progression that you see on the screen there that we just talked about for the intro. And this is going to be where it's going to pick up and you can actually hear it like click, like, oh, okay, yeah. In time, that's how it works. So that's verse 2. Chorus 2 is going to be slightly different. I am adding a B over this C. You're going to see a lot on the actual tab, the 7 of the high E string, which is going to be a B note. You can hear it as chorus 2 goes along, which we're going to match it over here with this B. So with that B over the C. So something like that. So chorus 2 is going to be this. Daddy, 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 all my life I've been trying to find my place in the world. Baby, baby, babe, I got all night to listen to the heart of a girl. Now we have this bridge. Bridge, gonna have 2 new chords we haven't seen yet, the B flat and the F. It's gonna be the 3 chords there, B flat, F to C. I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. It's actually pretty easy. What happened here? What is this world? Too far from the heart of a girl. So to stick on that rhythm that we just went through. Now it's gonna go into the solo. The solo is tabbed out. I simplified it a little bit so you can just do the B and the E string. But before we actually do the actual tab, in the solo, the lead parts, I want to go through the chords, which you're going to see on the screen here. It's going to bring back this B over the C right before the E minor. And I was thinking about adding it on before the second E minor that you see, but I don't know if it works too well the second time around. I'm going to try to have them in the background playing the solo. I muted everything else, like the vocals and everything. So hopefully we won't get copyrighted, and hopefully this makes sense in time. Alright, I think that went actually pretty well. So that's going to be the solo, the chorus. Hopefully you heard as we went down to that B over that C there. Hopefully that made sense. And I actually like the second time around we just stuck on that C. And now I'm going to do the lead part of the solo. Like I said on the tab, you can follow along, but I just did the high E string and the B string, so only 2 strings you should worry about on my version here. But like I said, it's going to be much of the same thing here that you see on the tab. But for the solo, the lead's going to be 8 to 10 on the B, and then 7, 7, E. Same thing again. Only hitting the high E once, and then 10 to 8 on the B. So all together. And then the second phase here. That's where you hear that bend, so once you hit that 10, you can bend it a little bit there. And then same kind of concept, 8, 10, 7, 7, 8, 10, 7, 10, 8, 8, 10, 7, 10, 8, 8. So altogether, the solo should sound something like this. Alright, verse 3 is where it kind of slows down a little bit, but it's in a good way because now finally we can start to see where the chords line up with the lyrics. I know we talked about before where it's like they kind of didn't, kind of hard. Right now, I think it gets a little bit easier to where you could do that because now it's going to be slower. It'll be just some downstrokes for much of verse 3. It's going to be many doors, knock on one, standing still, time is raging. So you get away from like that main progression, but still the same chords of the G, D, and the C there. So follow along with verse 3. Finally, it's going to pick up again after you're still here, and then back to the main progression of I believe, G, D, C, D, G, right, okay, and that's going to go all the way till they say there is no end, and then where they are dubbing this as chorus 3. It's going to bring back that B over that C right before the E minor. And we're going to play right up to the line of the river to wide open sea. And we'll pause it there because there's something I want to talk about. But chorus 3 is going to be this. Deep in the night, I feel a presence of something that was long ago told to me. There is a hand guiding a river, the river to wide open sea. Now they do a G chord of wide open C. They do end on that, but they're going to be walking to a C chord, which is going to be wide open C. Bum, 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 bum. But then quickly they go right into another G of deep in the heart and any game on any mountain. Oh, I'm not afraid. Standing on stone, you stand beside me and honor the plans that were made. We did it, guys. That's the whole song. Woo! So you end on that G. Like I said, please revert back. Man, I recorded this so many times over 2 days. It's been weeks in the making. For such a song that I love and I hear all the time because I'm a Killers fan and we're Killers fans, and it's like it sounds easy. It's like I really haven't ever played along with the song though because it is hard with all the timing stuff like that. So please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and request another song. You know, it gives me pain and pleasure to do these things, but it's all fun in the end once we actually get it. So hopefully this guy's I'm toasted. Hopefully this helped you guys out.